Dumuzi, whose mother is a heavenly dragon. This is an ancient entity that we would classify as a god. He is represented with vegetation, rebirth, and the seasons. This deity is brought to us from very ancient Mesopotamian culture, and he is mentioned in the Epic of Gilgamesh, which is possibly the oldest epic tale, epic poem of its kind. This deity makes his abode in heaven for half the year, and the remaining half he spends in Kur, which is their representation of the underworld. His parentage is of Sirtur, who is a goddess and an unknown father of godly proportions as well. He has a sister who is Geshtinanna, and his consort was the goddess Inanna, who was also known as Ishtar. In Greek myth, he is represented as Adonis, and in East Semitic, he goes by the name Tammuz. This is an old Mesopotamian god of vegetation who represented the male principle, as Ishtar was the representation of the female principle. He is known as one whose mother is a heavenly dragon, which probably alludes to the dragon goddess Tiamat. And he is linked to Inanna as her lover and her spouse, and would play a central role in the telling of Inanna as the goddess. As a deity himself, he symbolized the natural cycle of decay and reawakening in the vegetable world. He had a massive following that spread far beyond the confines of Mesopotamia into other literatures, being Hebrew and biblical references as well. He is well represented. His sister, of course, was a goddess of agriculture, fertility, and dream interpretation, and she would play a central or a partial role in this greater mythology as well. Dumuzi is also listed in the Sumerian kings list as Dumuzi the shepherd, and he is spoken of as king of Bad Tibira, an ancient city, and also an early king of the city of Uruk, which of course is the home of Gilgamesh, and that would be his kingdom. In the mythical tale of Inanna's descent into the underworld, Dumuzi fails to mourn his wife's death, and when she returns, she's angered and allows the Gala demons to drag him down to the underworld as her replacement. But she would later regret that decision and decrees that Dumuzi would spend half the year in the underworld, while his sister would take his place for the remaining portion of the year. And that would result in the cycle of the seasons. The cult of Ishtar and Tammuz continued to thrive, diminishing around the 11th century, but survived in small parts in Mesopotamia up until the 18th century. He is mentioned by name in the book of Ezekiel, and possibly alluded to in other passages of the Hebrew Bible. This was a very powerful deity whose representations impacted not only his cult, but the deification of other entities as well. If you want to find out more about other links to this deity, we have a video about Inanna, as well as Gilgamesh and the Sumerian Kings list, which I will list in the description below. Thank you again for stopping at Narwhal Chronicles, and as always, we ask that you like and subscribe.